Yes, people. We're back yet again with another episode of All Things Football. Today, as the title says, it's transfer deadline day. The transfer deadline window is up in 10 minutes. We're going to go through all the transfers that have already been announced, and we're going to go through anything that comes through as and when we're live. So before I do go live, before we do carry on, I'm going to bring my boy Shaz on. Yes, my bro. How are we?
Good, man. How are you? How's things, bro?
All good, man.
You're gonna enjoy what I've just shared with you. That's
what is this?
this,
In
this, this.
Konate, out Wilson, Shaqiri, Ronaldo. Oh wow, they got rid of a lot of talent there, haven't they? That's a mad one. But yes, people, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks for all the people that are in over on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Really appreciate you all tuning in. Like Tal says, we're going to go through the the transfers that have gone through from the start of the window to the end, and any that trickle through after the window closes that have already been signed before 11 o'clock. So the biggest one, obviously, the biggest two are Ronaldo and Messi. They've both moved clubs in the same window, which is quite unusual because Messi never leaves and Ronaldo doesn't use. Ronaldo just looked like he was sick of Juve, so he decided he was chipping as well. But so Shaz, let's talk about Messi first, Shaz. Let's talk about this situation with Messi. It was a very tricky situation. It was very messy for Barcelona, and they lost Messi. No pun intended. It was a very messy situation. Their finances are so bad they could not keep him, and at this point they're getting rid of people, and they're trying to negotiate pay cuts with some of their players, just so they can hit financial fair play. That's how bad they are. That's how bad the books are, Shaz. So what do you think on that so far, Shaz?
Yeah, so the Messi situation was really ugly. The way it played out, as we saw from his last televised interview with Barca,
Yeah.
it was quite emotional. I think he was hurt by the fact that Barcelona had promised him, and he even agreed to take a pay cut. But it just shows how bad finances are for the big teams, and this is a result of this European Super League backlash.
Yes.
Now we understand why Barcelona and Juve and Real Madrid were pushing for it, because they didn't really care about anybody else. They cared that their own finances were struggling, and that's obviously as a result of the pandemic. But yeah, going back to what you said, the Messi situation was ugly. For me, him going to PSG only has one incentive: for him to go win the Champions League again. Because what incentive does he have to go and play in the Farmers League? But that's
exactly,
just my
bro.
take on it.
Exactly, no. There's no incentive for Messi to go to PSG, but obviously his heart was set at staying at Barca, and when he realized he couldn't stay, you know what I mean, he decided he's going to go somewhere where he's wanted, and obviously PSG have probably wanted him for a while, so he's gone there. Yeah,
I mean, let me
there
bring
are
up
some
this
comments. There are some comments coming through, but we will get through to the comments later. I want to bring
up this breaking transfer news that I just heard.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So
Go for it.
Sergio Aurier has just left Tottenham.
Oh wow, he's left.
Yeah, it's a mutual termination.
Oh wow, mutual termination. So that means he's a free agent. He can still sign with another club. He's got a month left to sign to another club. Wow, that's big news, man. That's breaking news, people.
I didn't see that coming.
News right here on a finished article. You won't get this type of news on other podcast, people. This is breaking news as it's coming through.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sergio Aurier has now left Tottenham on a mutual agreement of a termination of his contract, which makes him now a free agent, which is, he can sign with any club he wants.
Yeah.
So obviously we talked about the Messi situation, bro. So let's get on to Ronaldo. Okay, so I'll give you my thoughts on this, bro. From Friday till now, I've had a lot of mixed emotions and thoughts about Ronaldo coming back to Manchester. So as you know, Shaz, and as probably a lot of other people that know me, you know that Ronaldo is my favorite player. regardless of what club he plays for, Ronaldo has always been my favourite player since he debuted at Man United and he's gone to Real Madrid, he's at Juve, and now he's back at Manchester. He's always been my favourite player, right? Now, I think we spoke about this in the video that we did last week on Ronaldo, and me and you spoke about it, and I spoke to other people about this. Now, I'm happy that Ronaldo is back at United. I'm very happy that he's back at United. I'm not going to lie. To have my favourite player back at my favourite club in the last few years of his contract, where I can go and see him. I never got a chance to see him live at the stadiums before because I was always busy working. But this time, now he's back at Manchester, I'm going to try and make the effort to go out and watch him at Old Trafford at least. But the problem I have with this deal is we only signed Ronaldo so he wouldn't go to City. And to me, that's very bad business because we've just lost out on Saul Niguez from Atletico because he's signing for Chelsea on loan. And I feel we needed a player like Saul Niguez in midfield because Fred doesn't cut it. McTominay's injured, so we need someone to cover. And Matic, as Shaz says, his legs are gone. He's too old to do it. So signing Ronaldo is probably the biggest transfer that United could have made, right? Which is amazing. We got Ronaldo. We got him for what? About 30-something million?
Ronaldo we signed for 13 million.
No, this window, sorry, Shaz. Not the first time. This window. 30 million?
Yeah. 13 million.
So to sign Ronaldo for 30 million, yes, he's in the last year of his contract, but it's Ronaldo in it. Juventus could have probably got more than double that from Ronaldo.
Well, Juventus basically has said
put it this way, bro. Man City just paid 100 million for Jack Grealish. So to me, that means Ronaldo's worth at least 10 times that. Right?
But Grealish isn't worth 100 million. That's the thing.
That's the point. He's not worth nothing close to that. And obviously, we spoke about Jack Grealish previously, and we will talk about him again in this video. Obviously, the situation with Ronaldo, I'm very happy about him being at United, but the way it happened, I'm still 50-50 on it because we only signed him so he wouldn't go to City, and that to me, that's bad business. But like me and you discussed just before we came live here, Shaz, is that the money that we lost during the pandemic, United will make back tenfold by having Ronaldo shirt sales. So in that sense, it's very good business.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
His wages are a problem, though, bro. That much money for a player who, at his age, yes, he's probably one of the best players in the world, but at his age, he shouldn't be at that high of a wage, bro.
I think with the way he keeps himself in top physical shape, he'll be playing till he's 40.
No, 100%. I've said it. Ronaldo probably could play till he's 45 at the highest level. I still believe he will still be playing football at 40 at the highest level. Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, wherever it is, Serie A, wherever. Or maybe after United, he's going to go over to America and light up the MLS with Nani over there and all them lot, Carlos Vela and all them players. Do you know what I mean? I still believe Ronaldo will be playing at the highest level. Over in America, he will smash it. He'll be the best player by a mile in that league. But let's move on to another signing, another transfer issue. Is this whole issue with Mbappe? Yeah, Mbappe has said he wants to leave, bro. Right? That's Mbappe's stance. He wants to leave. And Real Madrid have actually made a bid of 189 million today for him. And it's been rejected by PSG because they don't want him to leave. So Mbappe has always said he's not re-signing with PSG. And he's now come out and said he's going to be signing with Madrid for free next season.
Yeah.
So PSG has just lost a young player that they could have had 189 million for in the last year of his contract, and now he's going to be going for free. That is stupid. That is stupid business, man.
You know why? Because 189 million or 220 million euros, as they call it, to the Qataris is nothing. These Qataris make that that quicker.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that though, bro. So
Do you know why they kept him? Let me just bring him before you jump in. So you know why they kept him? Because what they've said is we're willing to risk losing you for free next summer, knowing that this season to win the Champions League, you got Neymar, you got Messi, and you got Mbappe. That is their ace in the hole. He will go, but if we win some of the Champions League, they will more than happily let him go for free.
No, 100%, bro. 100%, bro. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm going to give you an example, bro. Right? When Ronaldo was at United the first time, he was very adamant that he wanted to leave and go to Real Madrid. Right? Would you have been happy if he played out his contract and left United and signed for Madrid for free? No United fan would have been happy.
No, I don't
that
think
would have been stupid business. And it's the same situation with Mbappe. He wants to leave. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and PSG should be letting him go.
Man City and PSG are owned by Arab owners.
No, bro, forget the owners, bro. It's not about the owners, bro.
You have to think about that.
It's not about the owners, bro. This is about the players. This is about the player, bro.
Bro, players don't mean anything in this day and age because they know how good
you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong. So,
bro,
PSG are holding.
I can be wrong.
Hold on. PSG are holding Mbappe ransom right now.
No, they're not.
Of course they are, bro. He's basically said, bro, yeah. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Hold on, bro. Right. So Mbappe has come out in the press and said he wants to leave. He does not want to stay. Correct. That's correct. They've had a bid of £180 million, bro.
Yeah.
Regardless of who the owners of the club are, how rich they are, 189 million is 189 million, right? That's a lot of money at the end of the day, bro. And to reject that bid and let him leave on free next season is stupid business, bro.
You know what? In fact, let me bring up this comment. This is right. So Darren
there you go, bro.
Yeah. Now let me ask you another question. I agree with what you just said, and Darren, that's a valid point. Now,
yes, he's got a very valid point.
You're talking about that, but why is the Harry Kane situation different when Spurs?
It's not.
Why?
It's not different because Harry Kane. It is a little bit different because Harry Kane's got more than a year left on his contract. Mbappe is in his last year, so they're going to lose him for free. Harry Kane's got 2 or 3 years left on his contract, so they can keep him for 2 or 3 years.
They're not going to get any better than what they were being offered now.
No, 100% not. He's getting older, and he's going to get he's not going to score as many goals because Tottenham is shit.
Yeah,
he's going to stay at Tottenham. He's not going to win a trophy. His value is going to deflate, and then someone's going to sign him for half of what they got offered. Yeah. And that's silly business from Tottenham, just like PSG, bro.
Yep.
Do you get what I mean? I agree though with that. Silly by PSG not to accept the bid. They want to make the player look stupid. 100%.
Yeah.
They're not going to let a player bully them into letting him go, and that's fine for a club. I mean, like you said, he's got a contract, and he should be respectful of that contract. But if he said he wants to go, there should be a mutual understanding between the player and the club to say, okay, fair enough, you want to leave. We've signed Messi, we'll let you leave. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Fair play to Messi. He's been professional, scored a double against Reims. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I watched that. That was Messi's debut as well. He came off the bench to play. But yeah, man, I agree with what you're saying, Shaz, but it's just stupid business from PSG to
you're correct.
Not accept that's what I mean. Of 200 million for a player.
Yeah, they need to be smart. So they should have accepted it, as Darren and you have said, and we're all saying. But the problem is they don't think like that. They just think about their own interests. And this is what harms players, because now players are being accused of being disloyal when they're not being disloyal. It's just a case of the fact that clubs know that they don't have a choice. But moving on, and I did want to bring this up because I know Darren brought this up. Another huge piece of news. Griezmann is going to Madrid, or I believe the bid has been put in. And in my opinion, Griezmann was never really happy at what you call Barcelona. I think it was a way of trying to appease Messi at the time, but I just don't think it worked out for him at Barcelona. It was interesting to see how he gets on, but reality is that Griezmann, no worries, bro. Everything. I just carry on. I can't hear you, bro. Say again.
No, I was just saying, sorry, man. I don't know what happened there. I got kicked
No,
off the
that's
stream
fine.
somehow there,
It's
bro.
all good, man. But yeah, no, I was just saying Griezmann was never really happy at Barcelona.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
I
That
think
was a
him going
bad
back
move
there.
in the first place.
Yeah,
Griezmann did not fit in. He flopped heavily at
yeah, Barcelona.
Barca.
He struggled.
Back at Real Madrid, not Real Madrid. Bro, you put
Atletico.
Madrid like it's Real Madrid. That comment looked like it was Real Madrid. They're not Atletico.
Yeah. No, I know a
Yeah,
guy.
I think he played. I think he was a better player when he was at Real Madrid because of the style that they played. And I
Yeah,
think him going back to Atletico will be better for his career.
that's true. That's true.
And there's just a couple of other signings. So what I'm going to do, Shaz, I'm going to read out some Premier League signings that have
Yeah,
gone through today from this morning because obviously we haven't had a chance to talk about them. So what we'll do is I'll say one of them and then we'll talk about it for a little bit and then and carry on that way. I mean, the deadline has closed, people. 6 minutes ago, the deadline closed, and there are some deals still trickling through on the TV. I've got it open on here so I can see them live. There are some popping through. But me and Shaz are going to go through a couple now. These are just Premier League ones. I'm going to try and go through some international ones later, but these are just specific to the Premier League clubs. So firstly, 9 o'clock this morning, Nikola Vlasic from Moscow to West Ham for an undisclosed fee.
yeah.
What do you think of that, Shaz?
I think that's a decent deal. I mean, I think David Moyes is doing a lot of wheeling and dealing at West Ham. And he's also signed Kurt Zuma, I believe, in the last couple of days. So
yeah, he has.
He
They signed Kurt Zuma from Chelsea, didn't they? I forgot about that, bro.
So they're doing a lot of wheeling and dealing, which is helping improve them. And I think West Ham will be a tough side this year because David Moyes.
Last season, West Ham did well, especially with having Jesse Lingard in with them for the second half of the season. They were flying. Now they're bringing in Kurt Zuma, and now they've got this Vlasic character. I've not seen much of him, but I think from what I've seen, he looks like a decent player. So I think West Ham are going to be a team to watch this season because they've got a lot of they've got a good squad.
Yeah.
So the next one on this day, bro, is the biggest deal of the day. You know where I'm going with this. It's your boy Cristiano Ronaldo from Juve to Man United. Now check out the fee here, bro. 12.85 million with a possible of 6.85 million in add-ons. So that's what was that? 20, just under 20 million. I said 30 before. We're getting him for 20, bro.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to sign Ronaldo for 20 million? Well, come on. If you could sign Ronaldo and you knew he would come to your club for 20 million, you would sign him.
Yeah,
United knew, right? United knew that he wanted to leave, right? And he was that desperate to leave. He could have ended up at City, bro. And United thought, nah, this is our boy. This is one of our legends. We're not letting him go to City. They jumped in last minute on Friday morning and they stole the transfer. So a big F you to Man City.
That was definitely the most shocking transfer I've seen in a while. But you know what? As I mentioned to you before we went live, in terms of the money that Ronaldo is going to help United generate, I mean, if you look at the post that Man United put on Friday, that got, I believe you said it to me, that got like 13 or 14 million likes. I think that's most likes for any
let's talk about this. I mean, I think we spoke about it on the video on Friday when we spoke about Ronaldo. Well, let's talk about this for a bit.
Yeah.
Me and you were that hyped up, bro. You were probably more hyped up than me on Friday. I remember, bro. You were absolutely buzzing when you found out about Ronaldo coming back. And to the extent that we actually went out and got our One United memberships ready to go to a game, bro. You remember that to try and get a One United membership on Friday was a mad thing, bro. I'm not even lying to you. I was in the queue and I was like 1,800 or 18,000, sorry, in the queue. It took me over an hour just to get on the page to buy a membership. And then it took like Shaz 2 hours.
I think the key thing you got to put at is, and I saw this on another channel, that simply by getting Ronaldo to sign back at United, I believe the membership numbers increased by 100,000,
tenfold, bro. 100-fold.
The amount
I
of
mean,
people that actually
on
signed.
the day United announced on Friday that they announced the signing Ronaldo, after that announcement, their share prices went up 9%, bro.
Yes, correct.
Just on the announcement, he hadn't even signed for United, but it was obviously going to be official, which was official today. But it went up 8% then. So imagine how far it's gone up since then, knowing he's coming, because people are just going to be ramming their money into the shares.
No, that is very true. That is very
To
true.
me, that's good business on transfer fee. We didn't pay over the odds for Ronaldo. Last year, his contract, we paid about 20 million for him. That's a great deal for one of the best players in the world, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Another signing on the day.
I want to talk about another one, and I'll bring this one on the board. Dan James finally gets his move.
Bro, I was getting to that, bro. I'm going through the list in order, fam. Come on. It's on the list, bro. Take that off the screen, man. We've got to go through it in order, bro. Come on.
We don't. I bring up the.
I'm going through the list. Let me go through the list in it, bro, so we don't miss anything out. So 12 o'clock today. Mark Cucurella from Getafe to Brighton for 15.4 million. What are your thoughts on that, Shaz?
Good signing for them. I think he will bring them a bit of stability. Whether that helps them stay up in the Premier League remains to be seen. I think it depends on their goals and how they actually perform. But fair enough to Brighton for pulling that one off.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a good deal for Brighton. They haven't paid over the odds for a player. So they've done well that. Another signing I was quite surprised to see is this next one. Connor Roberts from Swansea to Burnley. He's a Welsh international. I think he's a defender.
Yes, I saw that.
So a comment from Darren about the Brighton signing. Excellent signing by Brighton.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good signing. And now I'll let you get to yours, bro. I'll let you get to yours now. Go on, bring it back up now, bro. There you go. Dan James finally left Man United.
Actually, I want to jump in on this. So this was actually a signing that Leeds United tried to do 2 years ago, but due to various complications in the transfer, it didn't happen. And you know what? I think
Hold on, bro. It wasn't complications, bro. Dan James came to United instead of going to Leeds.
No complications in terms of him going to Leeds. So he
was originally set to go to Leeds, but then Man United went in for him, and he came to Man United because they're bigger than Leeds, bro. There's no complication in that, bro.
No. The complication was because, let's be honest, bro, he was never going to fit in at United. The 100%. Style of player he is, the style of play, whilst he's good in attacking, if you look at Bielsa's style of play, the players he's got, he's more dynamically fitted to their style of play.
He will be, yeah.
Man United, yes, in terms of complications, yes, he came to Man United, but he was never the typical Man United type of player.
No, he wasn't, bro. He was never going to fit in at United, and I've been saying this for the past 2 seasons. Sorry, that Daniel James isn't fit enough to wear a United shirt. He shouldn't be at United. Maybe they should have had him go out on loan last season and this season, but let's be honest. We paid 19 million for him, and we sold him for 25.
Yeah,
we've just made £6 million profit on him. Whoever negotiated this deal on United's behalf, that's one of the best business deals United have done this transfer window. So congratulations to them for doing it, because they've done something right for once.
Yeah, no.
So I'll go through a couple of the other ones. They're not major signings, these other ones, Shaz. Abdallah Sima from Slavia Prague to Brighton again.
Another good signing by Brighton.
He's gone to Brighton, but he's then been loaned out to Stoke, from what I can see.
Okay.
So they've signed him and loaned him out straight away.
Youngster. He's a youngster.
That's quite strange. Really. I get why they've done it, because he's probably not going to feature in the first team squad.
Yeah, so they've done it with a view to him getting experience.
Yeah, 100%. It's a good deal. Don't get me wrong, bro. That is a good deal. Bringing in a player and then putting him straight out on loan to get that experience, that's what you want. That's what United should have done with Daniel James, like I said, bro.
This one's an interesting one. I know Darren's just brought this up. Everton have signed Solomon Rondon.
I saw this. It was a free transfer, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, free transfer.
Everton are plugging the gaps. And it's not a bad signing for them. I think he will do well for them. It'll be interesting 100%. To see how they get on. Yeah, nice one, Darren.
No, I appreciate that, Darren. So we've got another signing here. Ademola Lookman from RP Leipzig to Leicester on loan.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I think that's a good signing for Leicester. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Shaz, have they not got the option of bringing him in permanently after
Yeah, correct.
the loan? They've got the option to sign him permanently after.
Yes, they have. So Lookman was originally.
If he does, I mean, that's a great way to sign a player, bringing him on loan for a season with an option to buy him. So it's like a trial run for him. He's got a year to prove himself, and if he proves himself, they sign him. That's a brilliant deal, if you ask me, bro.
No, that's very true.
Another deal. This is one that I was quite. So the player I've not heard of, right? So the transfer fee for me on this one is a bit suspect, right? So you've got Emerson Royal from Barcelona to Tottenham for 25.8 million. What do you reckon of that, Shaz? Because I've never heard of Emerson Royal. I'm going to be honest with you.
You're just taking the words out of my mouth. I literally had to Google and find out who he was. The fact
exactly,
that no one
bro.
knows who he is.
So to me, Tottenham look like they've just paid 25 million for a player just to have signed someone this window. Do you know what I mean? It's like it seems more like of a panic buy because they've signed someone that no one's ever heard of. But on the other hand, he's from Barcelona, so I know a lot of the Barcelona youth are really good. So yeah, this could be a really good deal for Tottenham. But this is Tottenham we're talking about. So it does seem a bit random. It does, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. That does seem really random to me. There are a couple of other ones. Alex Kral from Spartak Moscow to West Ham on loan. Again, I've not really heard of the player, so I can't really say much on him. The last one I can see on this list is Odsonne Eduardo from Celtic to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, he's a good striker.
He's a good player. I've heard. To be fair, bro, I've heard of him. So he's a good player, bro. He's a good player, and I think Crystal Palace have done good business there. 15 million for a decent striker, bro. That's very good.
Just give me a second, bro. I'm just going to grab a drink. You carry on.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Give me a sec.
No worries, bro. So there are. I'm going to go on to the international list now. While Shaz grabs a drink. So I'm starting off at the bottom. So this morning again, Everton have loaned out Moise Kean. I don't know why they keep loaning him out because I know last season he was loaned out, and they've loaned him out to Juve. Obviously, that's trying to plug the gap for Ronaldo because Ronaldo's left, so they need someone to score goals. Can Moise Kean score that amount of goals for Juve? I mean, if he can, why are Everton loaning him out? I feel that's a bit of a weird one because if he can do the job for Juve, why can't he do it for Everton? I find that really weird, that one. Yeah, I find it really weird. I'm not too sure on that one, Darren. Ross Barkley from Chelsea to Burnley. I've not really heard of anything. It looks like it will be off because we're after 11 o'clock. The deadline closed at 11, and I've not heard much of it this evening. So the deal could be off unless they're going to switch it to a loan deal because there's still a couple of weeks left for the loan window to close. So we've also got Cedric Heaton from Rangers to Grufer Firth on loan. Again, I've not heard of him. Reese Nelson from Arsenal going out on loan to Feyenoord. That's a good signing. I think he's a decent young player. I think he can go out and get some experience away from Arsenal right now because Arsenal, let's be honest, are a shambles. What's this? Griezmann deal could be off according to Sky. I've got Sky on, but I can't. Oh, right. It's paused. They've paused the stream on YouTube. I'm watching it through YouTube. So Griezmann could be off according to Sky, and that could stop Saul's move. I think Saul's move hasn't that been finalized already though. Shaz, just your take on these three that Darren's just mentioned. I'll bring them up. Ross Barkley from Chelsea to Burnley. Like I was saying, I've not heard much of it this evening, so I think it is off.
Yeah, I heard about this earlier that he might have been going to Burnley, but I don't know whether it was confirmed or not.
I don't think it's been confirmed because I can't see. I've had a look online today and I've not seen much on it. But these next two, bro, just let me read these out for you, bro. Griezmann deal could be off according to Sky Sports, and that will stop the Saul move, Saul Niguez to Chelsea.
It
I
might do.
thought the Saul deal was already confirmed, but I don't
Well,
think it is.
it was tentatively confirmed, but if the Griezmann deal was happening in the background, if that doesn't happen, then Saul won't get his move.
Yeah, I think that'll have a knock effect. If Griezmann doesn't go to Atletico, then Saul's not moving to Chelsea.
Well, I agree with that. Just come from Darren, and I can relate to it. So Dabo will have Sima in his pocket. Yes. As always, all things Sky Blues. Big up to Darren for bringing that up.
Okay. He's one of the Sky Blues, yeah. Okay,
yeah, I see. We love to see it, but
I was wondering what that comment was. I didn't bring it up because I thought it was something to do with Sky Blues, bro. I thought it was.
No, big up Darren.
I was just going through a couple of the international transfers, Shaz. The first one I mentioned was Moise Kean, Everton to Juve on loan. Like I said, it was to fill the gap for goals because Ronaldo's leaving. But
that's that guy. That guy's like a yo-yo. He was at
So what I was saying about this, Shaz, if Moise Kean can go out on loan and fill the gap to score goals for Juve, why can't he stay at Everton and do that? That's my question. That's my worry.
I think he struggled in the Premier League. He struggled at Everton.
Okay, is that what it is? Yeah,
he did well at PSG last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. He did well at PSG. So if he's done well at PSG, I thought coming back to Everton, they'll give him a chance. But he's going back out on loan to Juve.
Strange one, yeah.
It's a strange one because if you've got a player that's played well at PSG, you would rather have him in your starting 11 than another team starting 11. It's a mad one, that, bro.
Yep, very true.
The other one I mentioned, I said I don't know this player, Cedric Heaton from Rangers to Greuther Fürth.
I heard about this earlier as well. I think he's one of
that's a loan deal as well, just like the Everton.
I heard about that. Yeah, sorry. It's to give him more game time because he isn't going to get into Rangers squad currently.
Okay, that's fair. This one I was just mentioning, Reese Nelson, Arsenal to Feyenoord on loan. Like I was saying, this is a good deal for Nelson because he's a young player, gives him a chance to get away from the troubles at Arsenal and try and develop and come back and maybe do well and get into their starting 11. So I think that's a good move for him personally.
Yeah,
I don't know what Saul would think of that.
Well, what Saul thinks of most things these days, no one knows. If we ever get him on the
there's a couple of other here, Shaz. There's a couple here that we'll go through quickly. Dennis Praet from Leicester to Torino on loan.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Again, he's one of a bit part player, like most players that will struggle. He's gone out to get some game time experience.
Yeah. Another comment coming in from Darren. Saul deal is done now, according to Sky Sports. You could make this up. Yeah. Sky do this. And I'm sure they just do it to annoy people. They say the deal's off and no, hold on, the deal's on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that deal was already confirmed, but like Shaz says, it could be on the basis that Griezmann goes as well. So I think we'll get more updates on that as the night goes on.
Absolutely.
Another deal, Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa from Fulham to Napoli on loan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've not heard of him
not
say
really
much about him.
And
so this is one that I want to talk about, Shaz. Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes to Real Madrid. So the reason I want to talk about this is because United were favorite at one point. United were favorites to sign him. He had 1 year left on his contract, so we could have got him for a cheap deal. I believe the fee is around the 40 million margin, but online, everywhere I've checked, it says undisclosed, but I think it's between 35 to 40.
Okay,
it's a brilliant signing for Real Madrid because he's a good player, and I think if United had concentrated on getting either him or Saul Niguez instead of Ronaldo, we could have had him.
I did say this at the start, and I know you asked me about this a few weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the reason why I didn't want to sign him is we've already got Amad Diallo, a young player.
Yeah.
So for me, Kamavinga,
we've just loaned him out, haven't we? We've just literally loaned him out, haven't we?
No, he's not going. He's got injured, so he's not going. Yeah.
Oh crap! I didn't even know. When did he get injured, bro?
I heard earlier. So the Dan James deal yesterday or earlier today when it got announced. I heard that Amad Diallo, due to injury, is basically not going out on loan, so he will rehabilitate.
It does say here yesterday.
Yep.
Man United deal collapsed for Amad Diallo because of injury.
Yeah, injury. Yeah. So he will rehabilitate there.
They won't send him out. No one's going to want to take him whilst he's injured.
No, exactly. And
to be fair, though, that could be good because if he comes back later on in the season, he could feature for United.
You know what? I think what it is, Camavinga, his heart was always set on Real Madrid. I mean, going to Spain. So
100%, because he said he wanted to go to Spain, and I think possibly that's the reason United didn't go in for him.
Well, yeah,
because he was set on going to Spain.
Exactly, yeah.
So there's a couple more international ones. Niels Nkunku from Everton to Standard Liège on loan. I've not heard of him again.
Probably a youth team player.
Sorry?
Probably a youth team player.
It seems like all these deals here are youth deals for them going out on loan. Another one, Ethan Ampadu from Chelsea to Venezia. That's another loan.
I've heard of him. He's a good young player. I think he needs the game time, and Chelsea have done well to send him out on loan.
Yeah, it's always good to get the young players out on loan to get the first team experience elsewhere if they can't feature in your own squad. We've got a couple here. Jack Hendry from Oostende to Club Brugge, undisclosed. So I think that's a permanent deal. And just the last couple here, we've got Frederick Gilbert from Aston Villa to Strasbourg. Tommy Doyle from Man City to Hamburg on loan.
Yeah.
Mungo Bridge from Aston Villa to Anis. Nicola Katic from Rangers to Hajduk Split.
Yep.
And Yangel Herrera from Man City to Espanyol on loan. So they're all looking like loan deals there. So I know. I mean, there are some others down here. I'm just having a look through, bro. Sorry. I'm just having a look for the Premier League teams that have loaned players like to other leagues, like lower leagues. Sorry.
I just heard now that Swansea have signed Southampton striker Obafemi. So Swansea are currently in the Championship. They've signed Republic of Ireland striker Michael Obafemi. Actually, it's a permanent deal. That's just been completed in this last couple of minutes. Nice. And in terms of what we're still waiting on, it says it's evolving. The big story, as we've just talked about, evolving around Atletico Madrid. So Chelsea are trying to sign Saul Niguez, and Atletico are trying to re-sign Barcelona forward Antoine Griezmann, both on loan deals. That was at 11:20. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. And PSG have just made one more signing. They've signed Portugal left back Nuno Mendes on loan from Sporting Lisbon with the option to buy next summer.
Okay, cool. So there's a player called Luke de Jong. Confirm to me, Shaz, where does he play?
Luke de Jong, I've heard of the name. Give me a second.
I can't remember where he plays, but it says here there was talk of him going to Barca. But correct me if I'm wrong, Shaz. Barca have Frank de Jong, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So Luke de Jong, I believe he plays for Leipzig then.
Now, Luke de Jong is a Dutch professional footballer who plays as a striker for Sevilla.
Sevilla,
Sevilla.
Okay, because there is talk here of him. There was talk of him.
Yeah, Barcelona 3 hours ago. Yeah, I saw the article. Yeah. Interestingly enough, he's a former Newcastle United player as well.
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, everywhere I'm looking, it says Chelsea have agreed this deal for Saul Niguez. So it looks like to me that deal's over the table. That's been signed.
That means
they're just waiting on Griezmann signing.
Yeah.
For Atletico.
Absolutely.
This is just coming from Darren. Spanish transfer registration system is down. That's the hold up on them two deals. What a time for a registration system to go down on transfer deadline day. That's insane. That's insane for.
In all honesty, that Antoine Griezmann deal is quite late in the day because no one saw it coming.
Exactly. There you go, Shaz. The same thing happened to De Gea.
Yes,
I remember, when he was going from United to Real Madrid, the
allegedly
system
going
went
and
down. Allegedly, the fax didn't get sent. Allegedly, I still think there was more in that one than there is in this, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, if it's holding this deal up, does that mean both deals could be off?
You never know, my friend. You never know. Only time will tell.
Let's say the systems are down, right? Does that mean they get an extension until, for however long the system was down to register whatever deals were already going through? Not new ones, obviously, but any that haven't gone through.
Yeah, true.
Because of this error, or are they just going to say no? It wasn't registered before this time. These deals aren't accepted. You're going to have to wait. We'll have to see how that pans out later on in the evening, later on in the night, and maybe into the morning, because that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? Darren, since he's tuned in, is going to love this next one. So let me bring this one. Another Sky Blues one. So Kane finally signs for City, and it isn't Harry. So
I love it, Shaz. I love it. You should have just gone with Kane finally signs for City, bro. That would have been buzzing.
No, that's true. It's a key PR defender. Todd Kane has signed for City. He's I think a right back and a left back, so he's a versatile.
Sorry, when you say City, can I just ask, is that Coventry City? Sorry,
yeah, that's okay. Coventry City. Yeah, I knew Darren would pick it up, but yeah, apologies. And actually,
we don't all support Coventry City, bro. Come on.
Oh, don't worry, bro. This is a show for everyone. Yeah,
I know,
fans, yeah, Darren, I've heard the same as well.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know this next one. Spanish window doesn't shut till 12. I didn't actually know that. So they have got another half hour for that to go through, so that the Saul Niguez deal could still be going through, as well as Atletico Madrid signing Griezmann.
Yeah.
If we get any updates on that over the next half hour, if we're still on till the end, we will bring you that information. But are there any deals that we actually no? Sorry. So let's talk about a couple of deals, Shaz. That we've not spoke. We'll spoke briefly about them today and on other videos, but I want to talk a little bit more about them because obviously they're part of this transfer window. I believe there were big talking points the past couple of weeks or so. So firstly, let's talk about Jack Grealish, bro. Let's talk about him. I want to get your thoughts on Jack Grealish from Aston Villa to Man City, but I want you to think about the transfer fee, his actual value, his wages, and if that deal was worth it, bro. And what is he going to bring to City that they don't already have? So you answer me those questions, bro, if you can.
Yeah, well, you know what, Darren's
hit the nail. He's hit the nail on the head.
He's not worth it. He's not worth it. No, I agree. No, I appreciate that, Darren. No, yes, as everyone said, we've said it, reiterated it. He's not worth 100 million. I don't know where Man City got the balls to just pick up 100 million and pay for an overpriced midfielder.
That goes back to what you said, that they're owned by billionaires, so they just chuck money around like it's no man's business.
Yeah, but really, do they need a? Did they need a Grealish? No, they needed a striker.
Yeah,
and I think they spent the money in the wrong area.
They've just lost Aguero, right? And that's another one we will talk about in a bit. Aguero to Barcelona.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they've lost Aguero and they've just signed Jack Grealish. Can he score the amount of goals that Sergio Aguero can in a season? No. The answer is no. Is he better than Sergio Aguero? No. He can't do what Sergio Aguero can do. Correct, and that's a fact. So, I mean, Sergio Aguero, even before he was at Man City, I always rated him as a top striker.
Yes.
And he proved that by what he did at City. He won quite a lot with City, besides the Champions League. That's the only thing he couldn't win with them, unfortunately. He won the Premier League and he won some cups with them. And he had a really good spell there. He had a really good time at Man City.
Correct.
And I think he's going to go down as one of the greatest strikers in Man City's history. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he now the highest goal scorer or something, Shaz?
Yes, he is.
He is. So, and it's going to take a lot to top Sergio Aguero at Man City. And I think City fans will agree, losing him and then signing Jack Grealish, you're still missing someone who's going to score you 30 plus goals.
Yeah, which is why we were all surprised with the fact that they spent 100 million on him As opposed to, you know what, had they spent 50 million pound more, 60, they could have got their man Harry Kane, but
That's the
don't
thing,
know what
Shaz.
they were.
That's the thing. They've offered that money to Tottenham, but Tottenham weren't willing to budge. So
Maybe.
that's down to Tottenham not wanting to sell their star player, which is fine because I think maybe Harry Kane will hash out a new deal to get more money at Tottenham and stay there, or maybe he will wait till last year his contract and then Tottenham will be like, okay, he's not signing a new deal. Let's sell him for whatever we can. They won't get 150 million for him. They never were going to. What was the other deal I was talking about, Shaz? Harry Kane. Yeah, so perfect. We've moved from Jack Grealish to Harry Kane. Let's talk about this saga of Harry Kane, man. This was abysmal, man. It was shocking to see what Harry Kane was doing. Now, this guy he's an England international. He's Tottenham's captain. And he's spitting his dummy out. Oh, I want to go to Man City. I don't want to stay here anymore. I'm not coming to training. What is that about? You're a professional footballer. You have a contract with Tottenham for however long. You can't just spit your dummy out just because you don't want to stay there anymore. You get paid a lot of money to play for that club. You shut up, you play, you have respect for the people that are paying you millions a year. End of story. You don't bring that into the public, man. That's between the board and the club and the player. You don't bring that type of stuff into public, man. That's just stupid.
Well, as your boy Dimitar Berbatov will attest to, unfortunately, Daniel Levy doesn't do politics. He's a hard-nosed businessman, and he won't budge for anything.
Okay, well, let's talk about Daniel Levy, right? He sold Gareth Bale to Real Madrid for, 80 plus million?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now, that 80 million, they could have spent on maybe, maybe pushing it 4 decent young players at 20 million each.
Yeah.
And built their squad up with them 4 youngsters, as well as the other players like Song and Harry Kane. And then obviously they had Christian Eriksen in the squad, and they've got Dele Alli. Do you know what I mean? They could have built a really good squad by using that money properly, but they bought in people that were so bad that they're not even at the club anymore. So that was a waste of money. They wasted that 80 million on people that they didn't. That went up to standard, basically.
That's the other reason why Levy didn't accept it, because he knew that Tottenham weren't responsible enough to spend the money and reinvest
it. Exactly. So let's say Tottenham sold Harry Kane for 150 million. Let's say, for example, 150 million. Yeah. Realistically, this window, who could they have signed for that much? Realistically, because let's be honest, Haaland is worth, obviously the price tag on Haaland is around that much at the moment because Chelsea made an offer of that much, but Haaland won't go to Tottenham because Tottenham aren't in the Champions League. He's not going to go from a club in the Champions League to a team that's probably never going to feature in the Champions League in the next couple of seasons. Let's be honest.
No, I agree, and I think this comes down to the whole fact that Haaland is going to go to a club that's more ambitious. Tottenham, unfortunately, do not have the credentials to win a title or win any cup at this moment, as we saw in last season's League Cup. They couldn't even compete with City to get a result. And let's be honest, they're pushing above their weight. When they got to the Champions League final, it was through sheer luck that they got back against Ajax and beat City over 2 legs due to the away goal rule. But Tottenham are non-existent. Here's a comment from interesting one that Darren raised. Signing of the window is Danny Ings. That's not a bad shout. Actually.
Yeah, I was going to get to this comment actually after we spoke about Harry Kane. Yeah, Danny Ings he's one of them type of strikers. I think we spoke about this before. I don't know if I spoke to you about it, or maybe I spoke to someone else somewhere about Danny Ings. He's the type of player that will get you 15 to 20 plus goals a season. He's that type of striker, and he's always a good striker to have in your team. And that showed from, was it the second game, week 2, where he scored that bicycle kick? That was amazing, man. That was an amazing goal, man. Another comment from Darren. Haaland will end up at Real Madrid or PSG. I don't doubt that at all. I've got a feeling he's going to end up
the
at
funny
Real
thing is that
Madrid.
if PSG had sold Mbappe now, they could have used that money to go and get Haaland, which is
So imagine next season, Shaz. Imagine next season, right?
Yeah.
Mbappe leaves free from PSG to go to Real Madrid,
Correct.
and Haaland ends up at Real Madrid. So Haaland and Mbappe are two of the youngest talented players around. I mean, after Messi and Ronaldo retire, it's going to be, about these two, if you ask me, and maybe a couple of others. But to have them together at a club, they're going to smash it. They're going to be banging goals in left, right, and centre.
Absolutely, these guys are the
and I don't even rate Mbappe. I think he's just about his pace. And yeah, exactly. With Kamavinga in midfield, that's going to be quality. That's going to be some great service from Kamavinga.
No, I agree. I think Camavinga is one that will do well in Spain, and it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. I know Darren's already commented on it. Camavinga in midfield is quality. I think Real Madrid needed that type of signing anyway because he
100%.
prefers to play in Spain, and I think his game is more suited to that. Premier League's a bit more fast-paced, and I think he would have struggled. But I appreciate the support, Darren, again.
Yeah. So, I mean, we haven't spoken about some signings, bro, so I just want to go through them. Obviously, they're not from today. They're from probably earlier on in the window. So let's talk about a couple of other signings before we sign off for the evening. The first one I want to bring up is going to be what I actually want you to put your camera on, bro, before we talk about this next one, please.
Go on. Give me a sec.
Get your camera back on because I actually want to see your reactions about this one, bro. Because we've not really spoke about it on the show. We spoke about it in person. We spoke about it, out of the show. So let's talk about it on the show. Let's talk about Ben White from Brighton for 50 million to Arsenal. Let's talk about it, Shaz. I want to hear your comments and thoughts on this.
Well done, Arsenal. Well done, Arsenal.
No. Honestly, bro, your honest thoughts about this deal, man. And your honest thoughts about Ben White. Not the price tag on him. Ben White as a player.
Good young talent. Was in the England squad for Euro 2020. 2021, sorry. I think he's definitely one for the future. Whether he's the problem, whether they actually needed to sign a defender right now was questionable because they didn't really have anyone in midfield or up front to score the goals. That's a different matter. But as a player, I think he's definitely a gem for the future. He's a good signing, and I think he'll be a leader in Arsenal's defense for many years to come.
I know Arsenal have just signed someone today, bro. Can you go through that with me? I can't find it on here at the moment. So can you go through that with me?
Yeah, sure, I can. So they have literally signed, and I'll bring it up now. Give me a second.
Check this out. Ben White, 50 million is joke. Signing could have signed Varane for that. They could have, but Varane won't go to Arsenal because they're not in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, and Darren, I'm glad you brought that up because that was a comment that we discussed the other day, myself and Shaz, because debate over.
There we go. Tottenham signed a Japanese international who he's never heard of. I can't remember his name, man.
Yeah, so Arsenal have signed Takeshiro Tomasayu from Bologna, and he's a defender. He can either play at right back or centre back. So he's signed.
So I'm guessing they're going to partner him with Ben White, then, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like he's only 22, so he's a young black, and he's been signed for 16 million on a 4-year deal with an option.
Okay, that's a decent price. That's a decent price for a defender. 16 million. Fair enough. No one's ever heard of him. He's an international for Japan. 16 million's okay. That's not a high price tag, so he's not going to have a lot of pressure on him like Ben White.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good signing at the price. Player-wise, I've not heard of him either, so I can't really say if he's good.
No.
I think this season will show how good he is. Same with Ben White. So obviously we've just spoke about Ben White, and obviously we had a comment there about Varane. So let's talk about some of the United signings, Shaz. I know we spoke about them before, but obviously we spoke about Ronaldo, so we don't really need to speak too much on Ronaldo. So I want to talk about the first piece of business United did. Let's talk about Tom Heaton.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the reasoning behind bringing Tom Heaton back to United. I know he was there in the reserves before. He went out to Burnley. He went out to Aston Villa. I think he's been at other clubs as well throughout his career. But why would United need to bring him back? You've got Dean Henderson, you've got Lee Grant, you've got De Gea, and then you've got like maybe 4 or 5 younger goalkeepers coming through the youth and the reserves. So this signing to me didn't make sense, and it still doesn't. Yes, they're going to use him as a backup, bro. He's going to be used as a backup 100%. So if De Gea's not fit, if Dean Henderson's not fit, Tom Heaton will come in. But
yeah,
I don't really get it.
I can't explain it. It's one that still baffles me to this day as to why they need the
only part of this deal I actually like is that it was a free transfer. Because if we went out and actually paid money for him, I'd be even more upset about it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You get what I mean? But the fact that it was a free deal, it doesn't bother me that much because, yes, he's going to get a wage. I think he's only on about 50 to 75,000 a week, which in the United squad isn't a lot right now. There's not many people on that wage.
Mm-hmm.
So just 2 more signings I want to talk about at United, Shaz. Obviously, your boy Sancho. I know we had a discussion about this while we were watching the Wolves game or after the Wolves game. That I think Sancho should be performing better, and you think we need to give him time. Are you still sticking to that?
Yeah, I still stick with it.
Okay, cool.
Let the guy see what he can do in the next couple of days.
No, of course, I'm going to give him time, bro, because he's a new signing, bro. But I think he needs.
It was a bad.
I think he needs to start performing better because his first 3 games he's been very quiet, man. He's not assisted, he's not scored a goal, and he's done nothing that stands out. And to me, a player like that needs to do something week in, week out to make himself stand out and perform. Now, obviously, the other signing, the last signing we can speak about at United is Varane.
Quality, you saw by the performance, he top notch, 10 out of 10. Saved United on a number of occasions during the game, and just his intelligence in reading the certain game situations, great to see him perform so well. And obviously did well from a fancy football side. So, yeah, I can't complain.
So I just want to bring this comment up from Darren about Sancho. Sancho overrated. Why would Pep get rid of him at Man City to Dortmund? Makes sense, but he was very young. And I think he's had time to develop at Dortmund, and he smashed it at Dortmund. Yeah. Maybe he's more suited to that type of football in the Bundesliga and not the Premier League. Maybe that's what Pep saw in him. And that's why he sent him out to another club. But, I mean, this season will show whether he's going to do well at United or not. I think he needs to hit the ground running this season. He needs to do well this season. Otherwise, people are just going to turn around and say he's a 77 million flop. United wasted money, and then it's going to put more pressure on him next season to do even better. Yeah. And that's where it's going to get difficult. Each season where he doesn't perform, he's going to get more and more pressure on him until it comes to the point where he either gets dropped or he gets sold.
Yeah.
Darren has just put up this. Chelsea have signed Saul Niguez on loan. I thought that deal had gone through. It looks like it has now. Still no news on Antonio Griezmann to Atletico, but I think if Chelsea have signed him, that means the Griezmann deal will go through in the next 10-15 minutes. So are there any other transfers that we've not spoke about that you want to go through? Maybe just like all that, not from today, like from the whole transfer window.
I think we pretty much covered it. I mean, one other person I want to talk about is Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So he was due to go on loan to Everton, but I think he released a controversial tweet that basically said he wanted to get game time to enhance his career. Arsenal obviously weren't happy with that. And the talk said now that he's going to remain at Arsenal, but I guess this shows you
Hold on. A player came out and said he wants more game time, and he was about to sign a loan deal for another club.
Yeah.
And because of the tweet, Arsenal said, "No, you're not going," as punishment. That's stupid, man. He's got the right to say what he's feeling.
It's on BBC. It was on BBC.
That's just daft. Arsenal. I don't even get why Arsenal did that. I mean, they're not going to play Maitland-Niles, so it would make sense for him to go out on loan and maybe Everton pay his wages.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
think.
this comment from Darren makes sense. United should have signed Saul. They need a centre mid. I said this before. I mean, we went in for Ronaldo at a time where we should have gone in for maybe Saul Niguez, Bissouma, Kamavinga, or someone else in that midfield role. Because after the Wolves game, it's clear that we do need someone better than Fred that plays that defensive midfielder role that Shaz says that we definitely need to cover. And the reason I'm saying we need someone there now is because McTominay is injured. And when he comes back, he's not going to be 100% straight away. Matic, as we spoke about, his legs are gone. He's too old. And then you've got Fred. Fred's Fred, innit? Fred's just a fake Brazilian, innit, bro? Fred's just a fake Brazilian.
The less said, the better. That's all.
Fred's just a fake Brazilian, bro.
Oh, Fred.
Oh, man, it's just mad. It's a mad thing. But man, it's just been crazy, man. This transfer window has been crazy. From Ronaldo coming back to United, Messi going to PSG, Harry Kane being forced to stay at Tottenham, Mbappe being forced to stay at PSG, Grealish costing 100 million. Do you know what I mean? Some of the transfers have just been mental. I mean, look, United paid about 20 million for Ronaldo, and City played 100 million for Jack Grealish. So who did the better business?
But I think it's United because they got a player for half.
There's another comment. PSG have signed Nuno Mendes from Sporting Lisbon. I did see that earlier.
Yep, absolutely. That's from Darren.
Appreciate the comments coming through about the signings as and when they're going through. But I don't think there's any other transfers I can think of, Shaz, that we need to speak about.
No, guys, it's been a great episode, and we will be calling it a wrap because it's getting late. But if anything does happen,
Shaz.
Yep, as always, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the love and support. We are on the race to 200, so a big shout out and thank you to everybody that has helped us get to 100 subscribers. The next big target is for helping us to get to 200, so we are on the race to that. And as always, we have a fantasy football league, which I'm going to let Shaz bring up the code for.
Just doing that now, bro. There we go.
Nice one. So definitely join that. So if you want to be in the chance for winning prizes, we did do the 100 subscriber lucky prize. So a big shout out to the winner, who we'll be reaching out to very shortly to reach out to discuss the prize. But as always, join the Fantasy Football League. As Shaz has always said, you need to be subscribed to the channel here on YouTube as well as Twitch to be in with a chance of winning the monthly prizes as well as end of season. But and as always, follow us on our Twitter handles on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, if you need to reach out to myself and Shaz, please just reach out to us on our Twitter handles, and we'll be more than happy to discuss any point on future episodes. But for myself, it's a wrap. Have a good evening. We'll catch up very soon.
Yes, people, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. As Shaz said, official Twitter are here in the corners for ourselves, personal ones, official ones for, the finished article at the bottom. I will be reaching out to the winner of the prize draw shortly. So hopefully we can get the prize out. When we get the prize, when we've obviously spoke to him, when we know we're getting the prize out, we'll try and get a video with the prizes on here so people can see it. But until next time, people, appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.